Good evening. My name is Chris Lindenberg, and I teach biology here at St. Pete High. And I'd like to discuss some of the differences between the HL and SL options for science here in the IB program. So, first of all, just the basics. We offer 3 science courses here at St. Pete High. That would be physics, chemistry, or biology. Chemistry is only taught at the standard level, so there's no HL option there. Biology is offered at the higher level and standard level, and I'll go into the details of the difference there in one moment. And then physics is also offered at the higher and standard level, and I have some notes from Mr. Polino, who's the physics teacher, to just kind of go over some of the more granular differences between HL and SL for physics. So since I teach biology, I'm going to focus most of my talk on HL versus SL biology. It also happens to be one of the most popular science courses here on campus, and so I'd like to spend a little extra time on that distinction. So here are basically some of the basics, and I'd like to show you on the screen the difference in the content that's taught. Not that you'll need to memorize any of this, but because it gives you an idea of the amount of time that we spent in HL versus SL. So right here is our visual. Okay, so what we're looking at here, these are all of the topics taught in biology. The core topics would be taught in both SL standard level as well as HL. So those are common to both classes. And then moving down, these are all of the additional higher level courses. Topics in the higher level course. These are the recommended teaching hours, these values over on the right. These are generated by IB, approximately how much time we should spend on each one of these topics as we go through the course. So just right off the bat, if you look at total teaching hours in the SL course, 150 versus 240 teaching hours in the HL course. Now, we have 2 years to get through the content for both SL or HL biology. So what does that mean? The HL course must move at a much faster pace. So right off the bat, if you're a student, or if you are a student, if you are interested in a higher paced course, because perhaps you were bored in your 9th grade biology class, but you liked the material, then HL is a good fit for you, because this class will be moving much faster. However, if you are not the kind of student who's going to enjoy that faster pace, then SL would be a better choice. Either way, you're going to get a fantastic foundation for any college level course that you'd get to your freshman year of college. Which brings me to my second point, and perhaps this is the most important point I'd like to make this evening, which is that nobody has to take higher level biology to go to med school. It's a very it's a very common misconception that if you don't take HL bio, you don't get to be a doctor, and this is very, very far from the truth. So while there are certain elite schools that will make distinctions on the score that you get in your courses as to whether or not you get credit. Some even go as far as requiring different scores for HL and SL. Those are rare. And pretty much anywhere else in the country where you might go to college, they do not care whether you took HL or SL biology. And if they do, the major difference is that you would just simply take perhaps not remedial, but your standard entry-level Bio 1 course. And if you're at a top tier school, you probably want that extra foundational biology course anyway. So nothing lost from signing up for SL biology. It's a fantastic course, so either way, you're going to get everything you would need for college readiness. Now, coming back to my previous point, HL biology is a fantastic option if you're interested in biology and you want more depth, because you will enjoy some of these harder topics. The one that tends to give all of my students in HL an issue is this one, metabolism, cell respiration, and photosynthesis. This is the difference between HL and SL. It's like that's sort of like the watermark, because it has a lot more molecular biology, a lot more chemistry, and those students who thrive in chemistry tend to get through that content without issue. So if you have a strong biology background, your 10th grade chemistry course is going fine, I'm talking A's, maybe a B, then you will be just fine, I believe, to get through HL biology. But if you're struggling in chemistry, or if you struggled in 9th grade biology, go for SL. So those are the basic tips that I have to offer you for making that SL/HL choice in biology. If you have further questions, I'm in the Bell Building in room 218. You can stop by and see me, or you can shoot me an email at lindenbergc@pcsb.org. So that's my last name and the letter C at pcsb.org. Happy to answer any and all questions you might have about that. Okay, now again, I said there's only standard level chemistry offered, so I won't go into any more detail about chemistry other than saying that it's very popular to do both chemistry and biology together. It's a great combination to get you ready for college level science. So that's all I have for chemistry. Moving on to physics. Okay, so for this portion, I'll be going through the physics distinctions, and I'll be using notes from Mr. Polino, who is our physics teacher. So the main difference between SL and HL physics is the amount of content. Just like biology, there's about 50% more content in the HL course, which means, again, faster pace. In addition to that, it's very likely that the HL course and the SL course will be taught in the same room. Co-seated is what that's called. So that means they'll be in the same location at the same time. What that means for an SL student is that they're going to hear all the HL content. They can pick up as much of that as they would like to, which could add to their understanding of their SL content and add to a solid physics foundation, but they won't be required to basically recall that knowledge on the test. They won't be tested on any of that HL material. And so on those days when there's an HL only topic, Mr. Polino will perhaps have something else going on for the standard level students. So that was his notes on SL versus HL. The SL and HL recs were made using performance from semester 1. And they don't reflect his personal opinion on the student, but rather a judgment of their capabilities based on available data. So please don't take any of the recommendations personally. They're entirely based on performance, and that is for your benefit, not, excuse me, not because he likes you or does not like you. It's because this is a better place for you to be, SL versus HL. And trust me, it's a tough course regardless. So those recommendations are made with great caution. Last note from him is that physics is a challenging but rewarding class, and that he looks forward to having all of you in either section in the future. And that's all from Mr. Polino. So again, if you need any more clarification, you can talk to any of the science teachers. I personally have the most experience teaching higher level biology, so if that is the subject of your inquiry, please see me or shoot me an email. And that's it. Good luck with your choices. Have a fantastic evening, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.